Present.
Commissioner Baker McCormick, Commissioner Marecki, Commissioner Clemente, Commissioner Anderson has requested an excuse. Vice Chair Baydoun,
Here.
Chair Killock,
Present.
you have a quorum present.
Next item on the agenda.
Item B, Chair's remarks.
I have none at this time. Next item on the agenda.
Item C, approval of the minutes from the February 7th, 2023 meeting.
I will entertain a motion. It's been moved. Is there support? Been moved and supported. Please vote using the tablets. Pardon me? Okay, one moment. Okay, so all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, this action stands approved. Next item on the agenda, Madam Clerk.
Next item, item D, unfinished business. There is none listed. Moving to item E1 of new business, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2023-35088, certifying revenue and reallocating expenditures in the county health fund.
Who's here to speak on this? No, turn on the mic.
Okay. Hello?
Hear you now. Thank you.
Okay, Avni Sheth, I'm Medical Health Officer for the Public Health Division under HHBS. This is a small budget adjustment that we need to do to our comprehensive planning, budgeting, contracting agreement with the state, our large annual comprehensive agreement that supports numerous public health programs, and there were small adjustments that needed to be made to support the operations of that program.
Are there any questions? There being none, thank you. Madam Clerk, next item on the agenda.
Item number 2, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2023-35065, reallocating expenditures in the delinquent tax revolving 2019 fund and certifying revenue in the delinquent tax revolving 2020 fund.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Can you turn on the mic? Thank you.
It's on.
On? Okay. Good afternoon. I'm Jean-Pierre Adams, Chief Deputy Treasurer.
Yes, can you explain this item?
This item is a reallocation to the proper fund year from the DTRF fund year 2019 to DTRF 2020. So it's just a correction to the budget.
Are there any questions? There being no questions, thank you, Ms. Adams.
Yeah.
Okay, Ms. Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a clarification on the sufficiency of funds. This year, this report applies to the current
fiscal year,
right?
tax year 2020.
Okay, so the prior year, was there a deficiency that we are using any of there were no?
No, there are no deficiencies in the delinquent tax report.
Okay, that's what I just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda.
Item 3, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2023-35073, certifying revenue in the capital projects fund.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and to each of the commissioners. Nathaniel McQueen here on behalf of Director Sammer Jafer, Plain County Homeland Security and Emergency Management.
In regards to this item,
In regards to this item right here, this is an item where we are asking for a permission to move $18,514 from one area within the budget to another. And this is to cover 2 emergency response vehicles that the Department of Homeland Security and Emergency Management purchased. And this allows us to add the extended warranty on those vehicles in case of any problems that are arising in the future, as well as emergency lighting for those vehicles and emergency response equipment.
are there any questions? There being none, thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk, next item on the agenda.
Item number 4, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2023-35066, reallocating expenditures in the general fund.
Mr. Chair, Commissioners, this item right here is for requesting permission to move $9,000, basically within a federal grant that the Homeland Security Department receives. We want to move $9,000 from salary and FICA over to a added line of healthcare. This will allow us then to not have that coming out of our DSEMIC analyst paycheck biweekly.
Are there any questions? Any questions on this item? Okay, well, thank you. Okay, yes, Commissioner Marecki.
Thank you. Was this for one person or is this just?
Yes, this is just for one person, and this should cover us. So there is currently in the works between the Department of Homeland Security and our finance department within the county to make sure that this doesn't continue to happen and so that we work this out because our analyst is funded through a federal grant.
Okay.
And we're taking the monies from that federal grant to pay healthcare. We've had a problem over the years with keeping our analysts. It takes 2 years to train them within the DSEMIC, which is the Detroit and Southeast Michigan Intelligence and Information. And they cover any type of intelligence gathering for all of our police agencies and things of that nature and provide information back to us during elections and so forth. We lose those analysts after a couple of years after they get trained up because they go elsewhere where they have healthcare benefits. So this allows us now to provide healthcare benefits and keep that well-trained analyst whom we've taken a meticulous amount of time to handpick and go through that training so that we don't lose them to oftentimes to other counties within Southeast Michigan.
So this money is actually coming out of that grant?
This is coming out of that grant, correct?
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
My question is, how many of these analysts do we have?
We currently have one. So in Southeast Michigan, each of our 7 identified entities, which is called UASC, which is St. Clair, Macomb, Oakland, Wayne, Washtenaw, and Monroe counties, each have an analyst as well as the city of Detroit.
Any additional questions? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Commissioner.
Madam Clerk, next item.
Item number 5, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2023-35077, reallocating expenditures in the county park fund.
Bradford.
Alicia Bradford, DPS Parks Division Director. Mr. Chair, this is regarding just a budget adjustment, which we need to move funding from one line item to cover the expenses of our parking, travel reimbursement, as well as our parking for meetings that will be held at our main headquarters at 400 Monroe.
Questions on this item? Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda, Madam Clerk.
Item number 6, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2023-35081, certifying revenue in the county park fund.
Bradford.
Mr. Chair, this is, of course, our capital improvement plan for 2022-2023. This is to carry forward those funds of projects that were not completed in the previous fiscal year, which totals over $15,372,000. That includes our Commissioner District IGAs, as well as Wayne County Parks improvements and respective matches requirements for particular grants that we receive from the Department of Natural Resources.
Thank you. Are there any questions on this item? Madam Clerk, next item on the agenda.
Item number 7, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2023-35050, certifying revenue in the county park fund.
Bradford.
Mr. Chair, again, thank you. This is funding received from the state for revenue that is allocated to the Parks Division. And what we did is to move to certify this funding. We were trying to complete a stopgap as we went forward, our carry forward, as well as to continue on with some construction projects that were underway. So this funding will basically be combined with the carry forward monies in order to complete those respective capital improvement projects within the parks which we have on our agenda.
Questions? Thank you, Ms. Bradford.
Thank you, Commissioner Kinlock.
Next item on the agenda.
Item number 8, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2023-35101, certifying revenue in the general fund.
Good afternoon, Benita Terry, Director of Administration, Sheriff's Office. So this is a grant from the U.S. Department of Justice for community policing. We're going to use it to purchase Chromebooks, firearms training simulator, training guns, dummies, and a few other items as well to help us with this initiative.
Are there any questions? Any questions on this item? Madam Clerk, next item on the agenda.
Item number 9, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2023-35103, reallocating expenditures in the general fund.
Terry?
Anita Terry again, Director of Administration, Sheriff's Office. This is a budget adjustment just to reallocate funding for 2 of our employees to attend the Mackinac Policy Conference, upcoming conference in May, June.
Questions? Madam Clerk, next item on the agenda.
Item 10, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2023-35102, reallocating expenditures in the general fund.
Ms. Terry.
Again, Vanita Terry, Director of Administration, Sheriff's Office. So this is for 3 of our employees, 1 for our chief to attend the Great Lakes Security Homeland Conference in May, and for a captain lieutenant to attend a conference that's coming up for labor law in March this year.
Thank you. And let's see, Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As far as the Mackinac Conference, do you know who will be attending?
Yes, Chief Turner, and Executive Assistant to the Sheriff Washington, and Erica Hill. You're welcome.
Madam Clerk, next item on the agenda.
Next item, item number 11, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2023-35092, reallocating expenditures in the general fund.
Ms. Terry.
Anita Terry, Director of Administration, Sheriff's Office. Once again, this is just a reallocation for 2 project consultants in our tether unit.
Any questions? And I have a question. So who is our current tether vendor?
Sorry, as I am on my 6th day, I will get that information for you and email it over today.
Thank you. That'll be sufficient.
Okay.
Okay, with all of the items being brought before us, at this time, the chair will now entertain, the addenda. Hold on, we have two items on the agenda. Sorry about that. Okay, Madam Clerk, next item on the agenda.
Item number 12 on the addenda, requesting commission approval of a retroactive modification number 3 to a sole source 5-year contract with Bellafiore Caesar and Associates, Inc.
Good afternoon.
Scott Vandermergel, representing the Assessment Equalization Division, Management and Budget Department, asking for approval of the annual software support agreement for the proprietary software, sole source software that is used for administration of the equalization process and financial reporting that is associated with that process.
Hey, any questions? Any questions, commissioners? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Next item on the agenda.
Item number 13 on the addenda, requesting commission approval of the Parks Carryover Project from fiscal year 2020 to fiscal year 2023 from the Department of Public Services.
Bradford?
My apologies, Mr. Chair. I did not pull the addendum. So if you repeat that for me, Madam Clerk, I would appreciate it with your permission.
So carryover projects for fiscal year 2022 to fiscal year 2023. Just carryover projects. The amount is $15,372,000.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And someone gave me the copy as well. This is just to coincide with the budget adjustment for the carry forward report. So the actual report has to be approved as well that accompanies the funding amount of the $15,372,000. So this is the actual project breakdown, which accumulates all of that funding to be carried forward for the 22-23 fiscal year.
That includes the individual
That includes the individual commissions, IGA community projects. That is correct.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Commissioners, the Chair will now entertain a motion to move items 1 through 11 on the agenda forward, as well as items number 12 through 13 on the addenda. Motion is in order.
Mr. Chair, I will make a motion to move items 1 through 13 to the full board for consideration.
Or
Been moved by Commission Chair, Vice Chair Pro Tem Baidoon, and supported by Commissioner Scott to move these items forward. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Or we can vote now on the device. Okay, you can vote on the device.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next item on the agenda.
Now returning back to the agenda, item F, such are the